Hey YouTube, DanOttawa here, coming at you with Retro Cup. So what I always do is go over the top 20 PVPoke and explain why they are in the way they are ranked, and then I do four, usually through PVPoke analysis, teams. However, we just had Retro Cup, and I'm going to link in the description. I actually did this already. So what I'm going to do instead is just give you a very quick overview of the top 20, and then go over four teams that I used successfully and explain them and how they worked. But I still wanted to go over these top 20 so I'm looking at my last video, and I'll link, like I said, link in the description below. There is the water spider number 10, Eriquinid, I don't know how to pronounce it, is the only new one on this, and the order is pretty much the same because there hasn't been any move updates or really any Pokemon since last interlude season when this came out. So again, go for the full explanation of the video below, but of why they are the way they are. But for the most part, Retro Cup is Dark, Steel, and Fairy banned, right? So when Dark and Steel are banned, you automatically, your counter users go down, right? Because Dark and Steel were two strengths of the counter users. So if the counter users go down, there's not going to be as many counter users. So things weak to counter go up. So Lickitung, Walrein, Regirock, Abomasnow, Licklicky, Snorlax, Castform, Abomasnow again, Munchlax, right? All weak to counter users because there's no Steel and Dark, you're not going to have as many counter users. That's why they all go up. Dark, so your ghosts go up. Trevenant's up there. Cophagrigus, which is gets hard walled by Dark, is up there as well. So that's why those Jellicent, same thing, right? So if you have no Dark, your ghosts automatically rise as well. So that's the second thing. And then Fairy, again, Fairy being banned is honestly not like you have Altaria up there. Altaria obviously gives up like flyers. You can argue flyer like Altaria or other dragons, things that are weak to fairy. But Altaria gets a boost because it's you no longer have to worry about fairy and you don't need to worry about steel resisting you. So that's why that's up there. And same thing. Spiderbug is now number 10 because steel is one of the main counters to it. So that's why it's up there. So those are the rankings. That's kind of a quick overview of why you're going to see what you're going to see. Build around what you know was out there. Your wall range out there, your Trevenant, your Frostlasses, Altaria's out there, right? So a lot of these are common in people's um, I don't know what kind of Pokedex, what they have. Anyways, teams that I used. So team number one, Shadow Ninetales, Cresselia, Vigoroth. So again, I use Shadow Ninetales for a year and a half now, 15 plus videos on it. It's a beast. Your Walreins are still here, and your Trevenants are still here, and it still does well in neutral matchups. That's why it's a beast. Cresselia, there's no darks, right? So there goes one of your weaknesses. Cresselia has a safe swap, can just outbulk, take the moves. And then because I know there are a lot of things weak to counter, Vigoroth as a counter user is a nice in there too, right? So you have Vigoroth that can deal with anything weak to counter, plus Ninetales hits neutral there. Cresselia does well in most neutral situations. I put on Future Sight. I'm running with Future Sight on it because again, there's no dark. You don't really need Moonblast, right? So Future Sight is probably a better move to use on Cress. And that's why this team works. Pretty bulky. Like Vigoroth just super spammy, grab shields. Cresselia can just absorb all the damage. You don't really need shield much. And then Ninetales, I would now run Ninetales with, I run Overheat on it now just for that nuke. And it's probably better, but that's the way I would do this team number one. Team number two, I ran ABB style with Greedent and Zangoose. Double normal in the back. So basically what you do is you try and draw out a fighter if there is one with Greedent because Greedent's just super bulky and super spammy. So you switch into that, and then you come back in and punish with Deox, and then you have your Zangoose hopefully shields down to run loose, right? Greedent and Deox are super bulky, so you don't need to shield with them. You just grab the shields with the Body Slam, Crunch, Psycho Boost, Rock Slide, or Thunderbolts, whatever you want to run. Grab a bunch of shields, Zangoose with the close combat in the back, basically one shots almost everything. It's such a hard hitting move. So that's why I like this team. Like Deox, again, no darks, but there are ghosts, but two normal typing in the backs resist the ghost, which is why this ABB style works. Just realize that Zangoose is super glassy. You need shields for it if you're going to run this team. Zangoose is also, you could run, I mean, Greedent is the safe swap here. I have done just straight Zangoose because you can just go close combat, but then you get easily two farm down, stuff like that. So I try to go with Greedent, but not always. Again, link in the description for um, the Retro Cup, my last video, and the playlist where all these videos are held if you want to go check out how I use the team. Number 3, Noctowl, Mew, and Galvantula. And again, Mew is a safe swap. Mew is such a dominating safe swap, except then it started to get hard punished by steals to a certain extent, like Bastion, Glare, and Stunfisk. Nah, not Glare and Stunfisk, you got the Surf there that can help. Uh, but also the like Darks and Ghosts that are everywhere. But again, Dark is not in this. So Mew as a safe swap kind of goes up in my opinion. Just Shadow Claw, nice being able to spam Surfs and Wild Charge for nukes. Noctowl and Galvantula, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head why I paired these two together. Again, link in the description if you want to go check it out. But for my most part, I thought that both were super strong Pokemon that were limited by the steals in here, right? Because the Wing Attack, Sky Attack is resisted. Um, and then your Bastiodon, which is half steel, just like wall both of them. So they were both kind of like, now that Bastiodon's not in this, and Glacial Stunfisk isn't in this, and they have a lot more play just in neutral matchups, and they're both like sneaky, strong Pokemon. So that is why I tried this team out, and I think it worked. And then the last one I remember is Sunny Castform and Double Dragon, Altaria and Dragonair. And this is one, again, there's no steel, so the Dragon Breath and no Fairy, right? So your two resistances are gone. So you are able to just get that Dragon Breath damage in neutral situations, which is very, very strong. Uh, they both resist water, which is what Castform is weak to. They're both going to be weak. What is their main weakness? Fairy's gone. Um, I guess Rock, but no, like Rock's going to hurt the Altaria, but it still does okay. Like it's a pretty well rounded team. Castform is a little bit tankier than you expect. Altaria is obviously tanky. So you're able just to kind of grab shields. And if you don't grab shields, that's actually better, right? Because your main thing is you want to do is you want to just catch them off guard and double Dragon Breath down. And then they're left with a shield and you win. So those are the teams I used. All four very successful. Link in the description for a full analysis on how I use the teams. Uh, and let's go. I'll try and post a few videos. Like I said, I'm headed away starting Saturday for a week. So I don't know if, depending how well I do tonight, like I'll play my first sets tonight. I'll upload at least one tomorrow and Friday. And then we'll see how many battles I can win successfully with teams in advance that I can shoot some videos ahead of time. Or I'll just do like sort of those one-offs, like my top shinies and hundos of the year sort of thing. So that is it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.